Today we're going to talk about pull-up bars. For a good year and a half I used the indoor version. It actually wasn't the P90X version, it was I think an Iron Gym version, but same premise. On a very short door frame that I had down here in the basement. Just didn't work well. I had to significantly bend my knees and just kind of had to contort myself. And I did that for a year and a half. And I think I really disadvantaged myself in that I consistently struggled with pull-ups. And what I've realized now that I've got a real pull-up system is that I think some of the reasons that I was struggling was I didn't have the right form because I had to really contort myself. So, getting ready for P90X 2, got the shirt when I was at Summit, I made a purchase and I've been deciding a long time of what kind of pull-up bar system that I wanted to get. I decided on a pull-up bar from a company called StudBar Pull-Up. And I'll put the links in my website for all of you to see. The problem with the StudBar Pull-Up was it's meant to be mounted to the bottom of studs. Well, if I'm here in the basement, that's going to make it too low to the ground and I'm in the same problem. But I am not a handy guy, but I figured this one all by myself. I'm kind of proud. So I'm going to show you what I did and give you a view of the StudBar Pull-Up. So this is the pull-up bar I used to have. So you can see as I'm hanging how much I had to bend out. I mean, my knees are almost touching the ground, right? And it still worked, but I just wasn't able to do a lot of exercises, and it was just challenging. And you have the door frame to work with, so some things like, you know, X pull-up just can't make it happen. So let me show you what I moved to. This is so exciting. All right, you dismount the camera here. There's my creation. So I took 2 tiles out of the ceiling. Standard basement ceiling here. So the way that this works is these screws are meant to go into here. Well, the problem is, as you can see, that would make it a pretty low pull-up bar. And these come in different lengths. This is actually the short length. They have a medium and a long. Like, for example, if you have a 10-foot or an 8-foot, 9-foot ceiling, you can buy different lengths to make it drop down more. I bought the shortest length possible. As you can see, there's 2 positions for the bar, here and here. And so what I did was I put up this piece of wood here to kind of create a false stud. Let's see if I can get up there for you. Right, and it's just a little strip that I bought at Home Depot. I put those screws in, 5 screws, and then I just mounted this straight to that. Solid as a rock. Did the same thing on this side. So this is 48 inches long, which is 2 studs. Or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4 studs long. So on one, I had to go on the inside of the stud, and on the other, I'm on the outside of the stud, right? But as you can see, this is made of really good metal, right? And then there's a hole there for the top one and a hole there for the bottom one. So let me kind of show you this thing in action. The only thing, obviously, that's a challenge is it's really close to the stud up here. So you kind of have to peek your head in between the studs. But that's very doable. So as you look, now my feet are flat on the floor. I know you can't see them, but they're flat on the floor and I can stretch completely out, which is a beautiful thing. So as I kind of center myself here, right, I just sneak my head through there. And if you're doing things like V pull-ups, I just center myself different in the stud, so that the stud is in the middle. And I can also do things I couldn't do before, like the X pull-up. Finally get my legs out there, which is great. It's much easier to do, you know, oh, I gotta catch my breath. It's much easier to do things like the 2012 workout. I never tried the 2012 workout in the other one. Because you're doing things like roundhouses, up and around. for the 6-point flexor burn. Without something that's keeping you off the ground, that's a real challenge. So, that's the system. Love it. It's great. The only problem I do have is with corn cobs. Because corn cobs, my head opening isn't big enough to take my head back. So there you have it, team. A bar just like Tony's. I can't tell you how excited I was when I got this. So, if you're interested, give me a call, email me, look on my website, and I can tell you all about the different ones that I investigated. Maybe one is better for you. And you know what? I can do this one now too.